Hi everyone, I'm Nina Zarowski and I'm here today with Pete Boria, the Water and Sewer Superintendent of Charlton. Hello.
Hello there.
So, starting off simple, what is your job?
All right. Basically, my job is to oversee the day-to-day operations of the Water and Sewer Department. Anything from issuing permits, reviewing requests for new connections, and the operations of the sewer plant, and oversight of the water distribution system.
Easy enough.
Not too bad.
But not for me. Now, can you go a little bit more in depth about the process? Like if someone were to come to you, what is like the step-by-step kind of what someone had to do to come talk to you, or your process?
So residential connections are pretty straightforward. If the water and sewer line go in front of your house, there's a 1 or 2 page application process filled out by the homeowner and their contractor who's going to be making the connection. We review that, make sure everything's in order, and just issue the permit. Go and inspect it once it's connected, and away they go.
Sweet and simple.
Yeah. Commercial's a little bit more in depth, making sure we have the infrastructure necessary, making sure we can accept the flows and what type of flows they're going to give us, and making sure we have the water available for where they're looking to connect. And I'm doing a little bit of kind of review of that, and then just saying yes or no.
Yeah. So for that process, so I'm assuming like a homeowner's process and let's say commercial is different. When someone comes to you with like an application, do you guys have to, so is it just your office that has to review the sewer? Like how many people does it have to go through? Like how long does that homeowner or commercial owner, I guess you could say for lack of better terms, would it take for them to get like the okay or the there's no water here type situation?
So homeowners, like I said, pretty straightforward. We have a list of licensed drain layers. And as long as you're using one of those drain layers, they come forward, the paperwork's filled out, and they can leave at that time with a signed permit.
Okay, cool.
Commercial stuff's again a little bit different depending how big. Again, like the Amazon project, that was engineered, submitted. We had it reviewed by our engineers to make sure we're able to provide what they were asking for, and then it was approved. Same thing with 241 Sturbridge Road. They're going to be extending the water and sewer infrastructure, so they had to design that to get to their site, and we had that reviewed by our engineer for in-house peer review, and as long as everything looks good, that goes in front of the commission. The commission votes on large-scale connections like that, and that was approved. So residential stuff we can take care of in office, myself and my staff. Anything large-scale, big commercial stuff goes in front of the full commission, which is a 5-member board. They review it, and based on my recommendation and the engineer's recommendation, they approve or deny.
That's pretty simple, I think.
Not too bad. No, we try and make it simple. So the commission's been very focused on helping with economic development on the Route 20 corridor. They want to make sure that if we have water and sewer infrastructure available, it's there for new commercial growth. So they look favorable as far as it's not going to put an undue burden on our current operations. So it's been going pretty well.
So is your office pretty busy, you would say? Like from COVID till now, do you think the business, I guess you could say, has slowed down, or is it still
it's definitely picked up a little bit. Yeah, because more people are in person and stuff, and coming into the office, maybe asking questions, but it's not, it's busy enough.
Busy enough? Yeah. Keeping you running around,
Gives us stuff to do on a daily basis, yes.
And is there any like water or sewage kind of projects, I guess you could say, or things popping up today that's kind of interesting for someone
on the water side, we currently have our water supply from the town of Southbridge. We've been looking for the last 5 years actively for our own in-town source. So we drilled down by Buffinville, and we found a possible water source down there, purchased that property. We looked up off of Harrington Road in Nature's Classroom. They have about 600 acres there. We drilled a couple of wells and didn't have any luck, unfortunately. And now we're over on Bay Path Road on the easterly side of the town, which is close to some of our Route 20 infrastructure, where we have a promising well that we drilled last fall, and we're hoping to go ahead and continue that this fall.
So for getting our own water supply, so with my understanding, we don't have that, right? We're sharing.
Right now, all of our water supply comes from the town of Southbridge.
Town of Southbridge. All right. So is this process hard?
They operate the infrastructure.
Operate it. So is it hard to find? Like, why don't we have our own water?
In Charlton?
Yeah. Like what?
Because there's a lot of contamination in Charlton in different areas, and there's also not much gravel. So a lot of, or much surface water. So the town of Southbridge gets their water from some huge reservoirs that they have. Most other towns in the area get their water from what's called a gravel-packed well. And in Charlton, everywhere we've looked at gravel, it hasn't been conducive to a large-scale water supply.
So we're on the struggle bus, I guess.
And now we're looking into bedrock wells, and with bedrock wells, it's hard to determine where that water is coming from and what type of water quality you're going to get. So we've just been going along that process and trying to find our way into getting, again, a good source.
Any luck so far, or not really?
Small scale, yes. Large scale, trying to come up with a well that's going to produce 400,000 to 500,000 gallons per day is a lot different than trying to find, you know, a well for a house or a small business that's 1,000 gallons a day or 100 gallons a day for a house. So
well,
it's a big difference.
What you gonna do, I guess? We're working on it. That's such a hard thing to do, to find, because I guess you can't just grow it. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So
no, you have to.
That's tricky.
A little bit of skill and a lot of luck, I think.
A lot of luck, seriously.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming in today.
Sewer, we have a couple projects going on, looking to upgrade the treatment plant to let it run more efficiently.
For
so
sewer?
we can go ahead and allow more commercial customers to come on without worrying about our ability to treat their waste.
So for sewer and water, they're completely two different things, right?
Yes.
So when you're looking into water for like a house, is that also a separate like application for sewer, or is it kind of conjoined?
It's separate.
Separate?
Yeah, completely
separate.
separate.
Can you go a little bit into sewer?
Sure.
Like kind of more like in depth about that process too, because if it's different.
The permitting is similar, just a different permit.
Just different permit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add for like sewer purposes?
No, it's
okay.
Similar.
Similar,
just different paperwork.
Well, there we have it.
All
Thank you for coming in today.
You bet.